and we are live. And welcome to another awesome horror hangouts. And yes, unfortunately, the crew decided to pick me to fucking host these poor bastards. I don't know why, but anyway, I obviously played Veto, and like Alien Romulus is coming out. How about we review the Alien franchise? And Sean's like, fuck's sake, man. Yeah, but before we commence, I gotta introduce you to the crew. If you're not familiar with these awesome people, where the fuck have you been hiding? Where have you been living? First off, our fearless fucking leader, Sean Erskine, from the Horror Corner. Over there, the animated and fantastic Trivial Teaser. Below me here, Jen, don't. Oh, God damn it.
You're already censored.
There goes the channel, Marty.
I was hoping I'd get below you, Marty. You want to get down on my knees?
Stop or I'll switch places with you and Monty, okay?
That means you'll be below her, though.
Right.
No, actually, she'll be below you, Trip.
Oh,
fantastic and absolutely awesome, legendary, gorgeous girlfriend, Jen Mitchell from Jen's Reviews from the Grave. And at the far corner there, an absolute legend in the community, the horror miser, Monty G. So, yeah, we're discussing the Alien franchise. Big surprise. It's my fucking channel. Yeah, who said I'm going to be fucking, original? But this weekend saw a new addition to the franchise, Alien Romulus. And to quote Alien 3, rumor control, here are the facts. I didn't hate this movie. A lot of people were sending me condolences in the fucking comments of my video. I didn't hate this movie. I didn't love it. I didn't fall in love with it. There's a whole spiel I'll get into, but I'll let these folks talk first, or they'll never get a fucking word in edgeways. Also in the chat we have Eric from the internet. Eric here, last in a minute, and Owen's already causing Marty's channel to get flagged. New record, congratulations. And Jen, I was like, who the fuck is Owen? When did he become part of this fucking scenario? But Sean, starting with you, what was your thoughts on Romulus?
I liked a lot of things about it. I think what it gets right, it gets real right. And the biggest plus I can say is the atmosphere and the tension that we saw in the original Alien and Aliens, of course. And the attention to detail. I love how they showed like the old technology, which at that time was supposed to be like super futuristic, but it's one of the things that I guess leaves the Alien movie a little bit dated. It's one of the few things. But I just like that they go back to that. It feels like you're in that world again, and it fits. It feels very authentic. And I love that they go back to the practical effects. I think it looks fantastic. I think the xenomorph looks amazing, and it's practical. It's not CGI, and it shows that the Alien works better using puppetry and using practical effects.
Yeah.
And I do think there was maybe a little bit too much fan service, like a lot of people are saying. There was one point where I thought it went a little bit too far. It looked like almost like they stepped from the set of Alien and went over to Aliens on the other side. Like, this is crazy. And there was one shot that I thought they took right from Aliens, like the one scene where the three aliens are crawling through the hole. I'm like, that's a shot straight from Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, when we're talking about the major spoilers, obviously the big surprise was the Ash style synthetic android. That I was like that was a little bit wonky and weird. it just didn't feel natural. That was like the one thing that was so CGI, and that was the one thing that didn't work with the CGI because it just looked weird, you know.
Yeah, the technology for deep fakes and stuff like that isn't there, and it was the one thing I was worried about. But you know, it's actually Sean better or worse than Peter Cushing in Star Wars.
Oh yeah, definitely.
About the same.
I mean, the technology.
At least they got
his
his accent sounded a little more authentic,
but no, any other thoughts or kind of final kind of verdict on the movie, Sean?
I thought overall it was good, not great, like Monty said in his review. What they got right, they got real right, and other things they kind of dropped the ball on, I think, especially the ending. I thought was a little crazy. It didn't work. But I do like how they tie, you know, the whole franchise together in a lot of ways. You know, there's lots of nods to each movie. Even Resurrection is in there, you know. They tie in the Prometheus and the Alien Covenant and everything. I thought that was pretty cool. So overall, good, but I feel like it could have been a little bit more original. It was maybe a little bit too much fan service at times, but it was fun. It was fun and had some good tension and scares, and I like that it's in the style of the first two films. Yeah.
No, you're right. They did kind of go overboard with some of the fan service. The Ian Holm Rook. I'm getting into a fucking tirade over that later on. Trust me. And again, the concept of the creature, the last kind of boss creature, if we'll call them, I had no problem with it, but the execution was my issue because it was the most Slender Man looking Blumhouse fucking thing I'd ever seen. Triv, what is your thoughts on Romulus?
Slender Man.
Oh yeah, it absolutely was. I'm gonna echo some of Sean's sentiments. Honestly, like I don't have an attachment to the Alien franchise. I enjoy it, but I'm certainly not a diehard one way or the other. So I'm not going to say I'm unbiased, but I genuinely enjoyed a good chunk of it. Like Sean said, what they did well, they excelled at. Practical effects, the atmosphere, the fact that it does look like it's out of that time period. Even down to little details like the opening or one of the opening shots where they're out in public, like there's a bar set up. I thought maybe it was the colony from Aliens at one point, just because it kind of had that same feel and setup and such. Yeah. But I kind of walked out of the movie feeling like I did walking out of Longlegs. And no spoilers for Longlegs, but it was like the atmosphere was great. It was well shot. The effects were good. It was well acted for the most part. But that last 15 minutes I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what they were going for exactly with it, but it felt like there was something missing. And maybe that's my understanding of the characters. I'm not as in depth as some folks are on this or on Longlegs. I feel like with a rewatch, maybe there's something there, but there was something lacking, and I can't tell you exactly what it was. I will say, and I know fan service is definitely rife in this movie across the board, but I kind of looked at this the way that you'd look at like Dr. Sleep. It kind of took bits from the book, the different versions of The Shining, and kind of brought it all together in its own kind of interesting hodgepodge. It did have a lot of fan service, but by and large, it translated those things into things that people would know. But for the most part, with the exception of like the thing Sean mentioned, it kind of takes them in a different way. Like, even though you've got an Ash-looking character, his name is Rook, so he's clearly like of the same thing, but not the same being. And I gotta tell you, Andy's performance especially, I loved. I thought he was the best character in this whole thing. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I guess just that's kind of where I'll stop. The deep fake thing was I don't know. The one thing that caught me though was like Rook's hands looked so much bigger than his head. I was sitting there the whole time like, oh my god, he's got many. And the last thing I'll say is the effect of the Romulus-Remus satellite coming down onto those rings. I loved those effects so much.
Yeah.
But the timings, it's like, oh, we've got 20 minutes. You know, half an hour later, oh, we've got 10 minutes. What the hell's going on? Does time stretch in space? Are we dealing with Interstellar here? What the hell? But that's kind of where I leave my thoughts. It was good. I very much enjoyed it. It's a good popcorn flick, but beyond that,
Okay. No, it's, and again, same kind of thoughts as myself and Sean. There's a lot of beats and issues, and you know, it's sad because those kind of small issues really stop it from being what can be one of the best entries in the franchise, in my opinion. Also, big hello to TYTD. He's in the chat there. Hey-oh.
Hey, Dan.
What's up?
Hey, Dan.
Hey, Dan. So, Mr. Monty G, what's your thoughts on this movie?
Yeah, well, it was better than I actually expected. But then again, when you have Freddie Alvarez, you know, because he did a great job with Evil Dead. That's my best series in the franchises. Really like what he did with Don't Breathe. And he actually brought back the atmosphere, just like I said, the atmosphere, the tension, suspense in this particular film, which we haven't seen on either Prometheus or Alien Covenant. I like the fact that we have the same technology that we saw in both Alien and Aliens that we didn't see in Prometheus and Covenant. It sounds like when you look at those films, it looks like that technology is more advanced than what we saw in Alien. That's supposed to be past. So it's like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense to me. Why is that technology looks new?
Great point.
I will say there was actually, I don't remember what, it might have been Stuckman that was talking about the tech. Actually, it was an interesting point, and I don't know if he was pulling it from somewhere or maybe he was pulling it out of his ass. But he was talking about how, like with Prometheus and Covenant, you're looking at tech that was sponsored and brought forth by the company. So it's all super slick. It looks really nice. It was done by Whalen. But then you look at the stuff like Alien through, through Resurrection. The stuff was all, your common people. It's just like your normal basic bitch folks. So the technology that they're going to be able to deal with is a lot less technical.
There is actually an in-universe explanation for that, and I do really like it. So Weyland-Yutani sent an expedition ship and a colony ship. These were the peak of the fleet. And both of them went fucking missing. So they're like, yeah, let's not fucking spend so much money on shit that's going to go fucking missing or get fucking lost. And it makes sense. Again, Weyland's ship, it was Weyland's flagship. The Prometheus was Weyland's flagship. And the other one was a kind of one of the first outer kind of haven that's in the Alien universe. That's called Deep Space Outer Haven. Kind of colony missions. So if you spend a fortune on these two super advanced ships and they go missing, you're going to be like, yeah, no, let's just send pickup trucks out anymore. But that is the in-universe explanation. That's like, okay, yeah, why make these sleek fucking ships if all that's going to happen is they're going to go missing or get fucking blown up by fucking irate female employees? Like, let's just fucking use tow trucks and fucking skiffs and stuff.
Well, Marty, she was on her period. That's why she was so aggravated, right? But no, it is a cool kind of explanation as well, and it does explain the tech. I like the used future kind of element. And like as Sean was saying, I get with your criticism, Sean, that you're like, why the fuck was there elements of Alien and Aliens in the Romulus station? Well, it's a huge fucking station, so chances are they started building it around circa the time of the Nostromo going missing. But when they finally finished the fucking thing,
it was closer to the period of Aliens. So that's why you've got two distinctive modules. You have the earlier module, the Remus module, which had a lot of tech from Alien, and then you have the Romulus module, which had the tech from Romulus. So that didn't bug me, and I'll let Monty talk again because you're never going to
sorry.
get a word in. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys. Apologies.
I did like the contrast because it actually did play with the myth between Romulus and Remus. So I actually thought that was a decent way to to talk about that. When you talk about the where Romulus and Remus comes from. So I thought it was pretty decent. Hey, Gino.
Hey.
What's up, Dino? Yeah, like I was saying before, that I really had no problem with that. I love the cast. Kaylee Spinney, I thought she did a pretty good job as Rain. I love her and David Johnson's chemistry together. I thought he was the best thing in the film. I like how we actually see an android or a synthetic human that actually shows fear. I mean, we have not seen fear, even from Winona Ryder's. What was it? Fly?
Call.
Cole, yeah. We never saw fear in a synthetic before, so I thought that was decent in that particular film. I like when he gets his upgrade, how he changes his personality, and he does a pretty good job acting wise. So I really thought that was fantastic, and really actually had no problem with the line that he says in the elevator shaft because it kind of fits the scene there. For me,
Dino, just a heads up, dude. We're going to be talking spoilers, so
we're going to talk spoilers.
Yeah,
Dino.
if you don't want it spoiled, man, fucking maybe come back later on. But you're more than fucking welcome to chill out. But just expect to be spoiled. But Monty, would this be a Blu-ray purchase for you?
For me, oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes, definitely be a Blu-ray purchase for me because like I said, just like you, I'm a huge fan of the Alien franchises. Like I said before, I went to the theaters with a friend of mine to see Alien when it first came out in 1979, and of course, my first reaction was just Jaws in space because we never saw a film, never saw a film at that time outside of Jaws. So that's what I said because we leave in the theater. I said, "Dude, that was Jaws in space," and we both cracking up laughing. Excuse me. And of course, I had no problem with that. Yeah, when I first saw Rook, my first thought was you, Marty. I said,
"Yeah,
Marty's going to have something to say about this."
I fucking do. By Christ, I fucking do.
Yeah, the CGI for me, it really didn't bother me. It wasn't as bad as Peter Cushing and Rogue One. It really didn't bother me that much. I understand the reason why they did it. It's again, fan service. It really had no problem for me. My only thing is that maybe at that time period, I don't know if they all had a likeness to Ian Holmes. Maybe that's the reason why they decided to do that because we don't know what type of whether or not they were having other series that outside of Ash that looked like Ian Holm, or they might have had a whole series of them that looked like Ian Holm. That's the only reason why I think that's why they did it. But I think they just did it maybe just for fan service.
Yeah.
There is a couple of lines that he says towards the end of the film that I didn't like. I said,
You have my sympathies.
You knew he had to say that line, right?
Yeah.
God damn it!
It's one
I
thing
know he's gonna say it.
I say this is one point to say one of the most famous lines in cinema history, but then you're going to have that line say again that we saw in Alien. I said he and his writing partner couldn't think of something better than that. They're very good writers, and I don't know, maybe again with the fan service, it's like one of the best scenes in the film, which I thought was Rain is in Zero Gravity trying to avoid the acid.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
that
thought
was awesome.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. I said, wow, see, that's good filmmaking.
Yeah,
That's
very
good filmmaking. I thought it was very good. I like her use.
Yeah, that was cool.
I like her use when we see this huge thing of acid, and there's really no way she can float out the way, and she luckily takes the gun and makes herself go down because that was the only way she can get out of it. And I thought that was very good smarts on her part. And like I said before, I really did enjoy the movie until we get to the third act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know. I don't know why they decided to go that route. Because we do get some.
Because the kids love Slender Man, Monty. 'Cause the kids love Slender Man. 'Cause
It's just like this. I said, "What? Wait a minute! Did the movie just change the Slender Man?" It's like I was supposed to be watching Alien Ramen. It's not Slender Man. I already saw Slender Man. That movie sucked.
and then the face, and I was like, it looks like Valak from fucking The Nun. Jesus Christ.
That looks better than that crap.
Yeah. So yeah, it's there's
Oh, wait a minute.
there's
Eric's got a question.
oh, sorry.
Let's see.
Okay.
Who doesn't?
Honest question: who doesn't want fan service in a movie that's seventh in the franchise, not counting AVB? Here's the thing, though, Eric. In Predator, it makes sense in kind of action movies like Predator. Alien has kind of tiptoed around doing fan service, but there's a lot of blatant fan service going on. Some of it I let fly. Some of it was actually it worked. I mean, the opening credits had some amazing fan service, but as the movie got on, they just started laying it on. It's like, when you're at like a fucking Carvery restaurant and you ask for mashed potato and they just start fucking covering all your fucking dinner and mashed potato. It's like, I can't see my steak anymore. But yeah, it's just they laid it on thick. And sorry, Monty, go on.
I'll say this for fan service. One of the worst blatant things of fan service was that Star Trek. I can't remember the one that the one that copied
Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fucking Star Trek Into Darkness.
Oh yeah, into
Star
darkness.
Trek in the darkness.
Yeah.
That was terrible fan service. And nothing against Quentin, Zacco, but he is not William Shatner.
So do
Marty
I.
should like mashed potatoes too, considering where he's from.
Jen, I love you, but don't be a racist fuck, okay? Speaking of my gorgeous lady, what is your thoughts on Alien Romulus?
Well, it's in space, Marty.
Jesus. It's insightful.
I thank you. I try. No, much like Triv, I am, and I'm not like my better half. I'm not like my better half. I am not. I don't love the Alien franchise, but I don't hate it. I'm just kind of okay. It's here. It's not horror-y enough for me. You know that, guys. But I'd been hearing all kinds of things before I saw the movies. I didn't watch anybody's reviews, but I saw some thumbnails, guys, and I was like, okay. And I went to see it on Friday. Marty did too, but because he's 7 hours ahead, he basically was leaving as I was going into it. And all he would tell me is that third fucking act, Jen, and Slender Man. And I was puzzled about this. I was like, how the fuck are we getting Slender Man, right, guys? And then I went in and I was thinking, you know what, guys? You guys might be getting a little hard on this movie. I was falling in love with this movie. And for me, the biggest thing that really worked for me was definitely Davis Johnson as Andy. I mean, it's weird to say about an Aliens movie, but it has so much heart between him and Rain. And I loved that it was Alvarez because he did bring the horror aspect back. And those are really my big positives. But David Johnson stole every scene. And like, even though he was a synthetic, synthetic made me feel, right? He gave me the feels. I didn't have as much problem with Rook as y'all did. Like, it looked a little bit, but I don't have as a discerning eye. So I was like, but I could live with it. And I was thinking, you know what, guys, I'm really digging it. And then we get to that third act, and it's that fucking line, Monty. It's that fucking line where he goes downhill. And I was like, no. And I like fan service too, but there was really good examples of good fan service. I say that this movie is a love letter to the fans, and I'm for that. but that was just bad fan service. And maybe because I'm not the biggest Alien fan, I'm no hate to you guys that love it, but I know there's probably people in the theater going, "Oh my God, they said the line," when I was just going, "Oh, please
Yeah,
don't."
as a matter of fact, in the theater that I was in, it did get some claps.
Yeah, and I can and I'm not trying to shit on everyone's parade. As Marty said, I'm not that runner that's trying to shit on everybody's parade. But I was going, oh, we're having problems here. And then we had more. And then when we got to that design, and again, much like Marty said, and I'm not parroting him, but I have to agree with him on this. I like the idea of her getting knocked up by an alien and stuff, even though I thought about him, like, why did she inject it? I mean, she just kind of did it to do it. It doesn't give us a really, it just kind of, we have to just go with it, right, guys? And so that bothered me. And I like that she was preggers, but that design, every good deed this movie did, that fucking design just murdered it. It was like I was out to dinner and I was vibing with this really great guy, and I thought, we're gonna get married, we're gonna have kids, and then like halfway through the thing, just when I'm thinking I might let him take me home tonight, he gets up and does a zing heil. It's like, oh God damn it, he's a Nazi. This movie's a Nazi. It was making me fall in love with it. And then, hi, darling. I'm not saying you're a Nazi.
Das ist verboten. Oh.
We need that on a shirt.
That's how I kind of liken it. I was really falling in love hardcore. And like Monty said, I loved the zero gravity with the acid. That was fucking cool. And I also like, and I talked about this in my review, but for people who haven't seen it, one thing I love about Alvarez, yes, he's bringing the horror back to it, but like he's covered this ground in his other movies, and he does it so well about desperate people in desperate situations. And even though I would have liked to have more backgrounds with the other characters, I liked them for what we got. I wish we would have had a little bit more of their stories, but they were likable, and you could tell these kids just want to get the fuck out of here. And that's a universal thing, and that really worked for me. For me, it was the heart. As strange as that is, this movie has a lot of heart. It's just that goddamn Slender Man just fucked it all up. It's just going around putting swastikas everywhere, and it's like, God damn it. Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
in the face. That's the best laugh.
Oh man, you two always crack each other up.
We'll try and pop something stronger.
Hey, look, I'm Slender Man now.
Yeah.
You gotta stretch more too. You gotta stretch more. Oh man.
Okay.
And I guess for Marty, I guess he was glad there was no potatoes in it, because apparently he hates his culture.
Would you, Jen, would you watch this again, or would you pick it up on Blu-ray?
I don't know if I'd pick it up, but I enjoyed it for the most part. Like, I don't hate that. Like, but despite comparing this movie to a Nazi, I don't hate this movie. Much like you guys, I think kind of we're all in the same boat to varying degrees. I think we all liked it, and we can really, when it's really good, it's really good. It's just when it has the misses, man, does it miss fucking hard. It'll probably be an honorable mention. I like it. But when I don't like it, I really don't like it. It's like, no, bad.
I couldn't tell at all.
No,
it's frustrating at times.
Yeah, it is. And I saw your review, Sean, and it was a great and I saw yours as well, Monty. And like, oh my God, you guys hit the nail on the head with a lot of stuff. But I think what I'm getting from this is all of us are kind of just varying degrees, but we're all, except for Marty. Marty's like in mourning, but
No, I'm fucking no.
I know, I'm
Right.
teasing.
So I put a question to you. Before I go into my tirade, should I start with what I liked, or rip the tin a new arsehole from the get-go?
Are we going to do that here, Marty, with everyone watching?
No, later on, babe. Later on.
Oh,
later
okay.
I'll grab my binoculars.
On. I got the duct tape.
Rip it up, tear it up.
You know how much I love it.
I got the
Do
duct
it,
tape and the
Jasper,
petroleum
servers.
jelly.
Dude, you're a chest burster version of an asshole burster or something.
Ooh.
I mean, just as much as
That's
I
a
love
tin in the comic. That's a fucking tin
Oh
in the
dear
comic.
God, I'm not
I mean,
surprised.
just as much as I love when Cody Leach was ripping Trap.
Bring that alien out the vajayjay.
Come baby, come.
So, as I was saying
I'm wearing
before,
a dress, Marty, and possibly no underwear.
Oh, TMI.
So this is why
we
Jen
just
is on the
dropped-
bottom.
we just dropped from 5 views to 1. I wonder what happened. Anywho, right. So I was loving this fucking movie up to a point. I mean, I was really fucking enjoying this movie because Alvarez was not only referencing stuff from other movies when he was doing it within fucking kind of reason and stuff. He was referencing really, if you're a fucking Alien fan, he was referencing shit you would not even fucking know to reference. Like he was referencing video games, he was referencing comics. Navarro had a tattoo belonged to a character from a comic back in 1991. Fucking Andy's eyes, the Wayland Yutani logo, that was taken from a video game. The fucking phones from Alien Isolation. You had won me over. If this fucking movie was a politician, it was going, yes, we're going to feed the homeless and look after the elderly. I'm like, yeah, I'm voting for you've got my vote. And then all of a sudden he turns around and goes, and we're going to get all those Puerto Ricans out of here. Wait, what? Wait, what? What the fuck are you talking about? No, shut up. Shut up and keep doing what you're doing. Like, the movie had me. The movie won me over. And I was fucking digging this. As I said before, guys, if this had been a Midland movie, I wouldn't have been as annoyed, or I wouldn't have been as kind of like, fuck, because the movie hit so many beats and so many cool things and so many elements that I was like, shit, this could dethrone Alien 3 for me. I fucking loved that movie, and I was watching it, and then Rook turned up. Now, no, I'm like, I'm not going to go into my usual fucking mad bastard tirade. My issue was that we have, up to a point, we had seen, and even after we had seen a movie that exceeded with practical effects. So why the fuck was this shoddy CG effect used? Why? No. Look, I'm not trying to be some kind of I'm not trying to be a dickhead, and I'm not saying that if you enjoyed that, if you were okay with Rook, that you were wrong, but it just baffled me that and they obviously had an animatronic version of Rook, because in the early scene when he's deactivated or when he goes up and grabs Rayan's hand, that's an animatronic. When they fuck him up on the counter and they're getting ready to plug him in and stuff, that's an animatronic.
No.
Why didn't they stay with that? Why didn't they, like if you've seen Alien 3, Lance Henriksen's Bishop, he's bisected, his head's caved in.
Yeah, it's all
Why
animatronic.
didn't you do that?
Yeah, it's all animatronic. Yeah, I actually would have liked that better, even though I really didn't have a problem. That's why I thought they were going with
it was.
I'm thinking, he's pulling up Alien 3. He's getting all the aliens in here. That's what I thought. I thought it was animatronic too, but I was surprised next time I'm seeing the CGI Ian Holm. I'm like, what the hell?
The thing is, Monty, I was like, oh shit, they're going to do a good. Again, I hated what they done with Cushing in Rogue One. I thought they were going to do a fucking Donald Pleasance in Halloween Kills and just keep him silhouetted in shadow, or maybe keep characters in the foreground and we see him in the background. But again, why didn't you just have the animatronic? Okay, well, this is kind of hard to communicate. Plug the bastard into the computer and have him talk through the computer, or have his face on a computer screen or something like that.
Yeah, be like Toby Jones in the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, exactly. exactly. It
Oh,
just
yeah, yeah.
it would have been an obvious fix. And the fact is, you had the tactical error was they had such great practical effects in this movie that it made the shitty effects stand out even more. Like it fucking no, Sean. Like you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
It's and again later on in the movie, I had no problem with the offspring. That's what they're calling it because they don't want to call it a newborn because they don't want to fucking. Honest to God, though, it gave me a lot of appreciation for that thing at the end of Alien Resurrection. I'll fucking tell you that. I just again, you had all these cool kind of creature effects, costumes, puppetry, animatronics. Why not utilize them instead of something that was really fucking shanky? I mean, a couple of scenes it looked cool because it was silhouetted in shadow, but when it was bad, it was really fucking bad, guys. Like, and it's even more fucking disheartening because I had a case of deja vu when I watched this movie. I was like, what is this reminded me of? And I was like, this is fucking 2011's The Thing prequel all over again. That movie is fucking brilliant, but they
Yeah.
fucked it in the arse with a bunch of
that
fucking.
Gosh damn! Oh, now you want to talk about bad CGI? The
Yeah.
one thing, as much as I really like that,
yeah.
and I defend that film just as much as I defend Freddy's Dead, because I think there was a very good prequel. But the
Yeah.
fact that they went that ugly ass CGI monster, ooh, it
The
burns me.
sperm, the sperm.
No, but it's Romulus isn't as egregious as the Tin prequel.
No, it's not.
But it's Monty. It sticks out like a sore thumb in comparison to the other stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, and everything else is so damn practical.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
But
like
Some of the other CG was good too. Like, and the space scenes were great. Like with the spaceship
yeah.
going into the,
Mhm.
like you said, the rings of Saturn or whatever. You know, like awesome.
I had a theory about that actually, Sean. I reckon that they were like, "Fuck it, let's cut costs. Let's get because because let's save money. Let's get the guys who do the visual effects on the ship exterior and the space exterior and stuff. Let's get them to do the creature effects. And maybe these guys weren't that fucking kind of capable of doing kind of characters. They can do environments and they can do ships. Maybe they got the same fucking effects house that done the space effects and the ship effects to do the creature effects, and that's probably where it went wrong. Like again, Rook as well doesn't make sense because I do like the fact they call him Rook because it does show that because of shit that happened with David. Okay, we're not giving these things human names anymore. Let's just name them chess pieces because it was an unnerving situation. So they named it that. I did like that. One issue though is fucking Ash was an infiltration model. He was a model designed to fucking spy on crews of ships. Why would you make multiple versions? It's like if imagine you were stationed on a ship and you saw, hey, aren't you the fucker that they're selling down in Sharper Vision? This fucking it doesn't make sense to have multiples of something that you're going to use a fucking spy on in the same vessel because a couple of guys are going to meet up in the bar and be, hey, yeah, this guy. Wait a minute, he couldn't have been on your ship because he was on mine. So it wouldn't. In the kind of the elements of the canon, it would not work. I know I got into a bit of a debate with hey Rainbow Fright. I got into a bit of a debate with Mike and Eric about this, and it just I felt it was more fan servicey, and if they were going to do it, I think a practical effect would have been a hell of a lot better way to go. I think the fact that the practical effects were so good, it just illustrated the weakness of the CG effects. And I'm sorry, I've gone on a fucking soapbox, but that's
okay.
That's what really stopped me loving this movie. I'm going to buy it, but I'm definitely not going to go back and watch this as much as say Alien or Aliens or Alien 3. You know. Oh crap! Rainbow Fright. if you haven't seen Romulus, just a heads up.
Yeah, we're spoiling the movie.
We're doing spoilers and stuff. I really like this movie. I like the fact that also the things I liked. I like the fact it showed how shitty Weyland-Yutani was. Obviously, we know that fucking, they're using these fucking crews as bait for the aliens, but they also treat fucking regular working people like fucking shit. Like the fact is, right? Fucking Jackson Star, the planet they're on, right? It's not even given an LV fucking shit. What's
that called? A destination or
a designation. Thank you, Monty.
Yeah, that's what
designation. It's not given an LV designation. LV stands for life viable. That planet is not supposed to be habited. It's obviously a non-life viable planet. Yet they put people on there knowing that it will poison them and kill them, and they're like, yeah, fuck it. We got an atmosphere processor. We got a workforce, so fuck them. There's just so many good. I love the fact the pulse rifle also explains the technology in the smart gun, because people always thought the bullets just fucking follow people. They don't. It's actually the harness, in Vasquez's smart gun, Sean. The harness is the same thing that was in the shoulder stock of the pulse rifle, and the kind of reticle on the back of the pulse rifle, that's the thing that's in Vasquez's eye. I like to finally explain how the pulse rifles work. There's so many fucking good things in this movie.
I did like that pulse rifle. That was good.
Yeah, and again, it explains how like this kind of classic cult tech from Aliens works that we've always wanted to know. And I apologize. There's so much to love in this movie. The opening score is exactly like Elliot Goldenthal's score for Alien 3. There's also nods to Jerry Goldsmith. It's Benjamin Wilfish. I think that's the music. Yeah, he does a fantastic job.
Yeah, it was really good.
They even make, it's one of the cases as well. There's elements in this movie that makes you appreciate, not the biggest fan of it now, but makes you appreciate Prometheus. They have the Prometheus score and the explanation on where the
that was one of the one of the better things about Prometheus was the score. I thought it was a decent soundtrack.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move on, guys, because I'll fucking go on all day. I don't hate this movie. It just hurts that there was so many things done right with this movie, but there was the things that went wrong could have easily been rectified or easily done, and it was more evident that they weren't done right because of the rest of the movie. I'm sorry. I'm gonna move on. Or else we'll be here all fucking day. So, Monty, I'm gonna start with you in the second question. Do you consider the Alien franchise to be more horror or sci-fi?
Ooh, interesting
question.
Yeah. I kind of go a little bit more horror than sci-fi. Because it has more horror elements in it than actual sci-fi elements. It takes place in space. It's in the future. We're on spaceships outside of our normal solar system. So obviously it's sci-fi in it, but it's so more horror than anything else. Just like I said before, the original Alien to me is Jaws in space.
Yeah,
you have this perhaps one of the most dangerous life forms ever seen in cinema before the Predator came out, and he just systematically kills everybody on the ship except for Ripley. And the tension, the atmosphere, the creepy hallways, the grayness, the somewhat sweaty sliminess, and how the creature looks and how he behaves. You have some great. You don't know anywhere where it's going to come out and attack anywhere. To me, it's always going to be for the Alien outside of Aliens itself, but that's more action horror. That's more kind of like Predator was. But to me, Aliens always been more horror than sci-fi.
Good answer.
Very good.
The reason I came up with it because some lunatic a few years back put out a quote saying Alien can't be horror, it's set in space, and I'm like, what the fuck are you smoking?
I mean, have you seen Ice Pirates?
Exactly. That's horrible. That's horrifying.
Damn, space
It's
herpes.
nice.
Love of my life. Do you think the Alien franchise is more horror or sci-fi? Which do you think camp does it kind of stay in?
I've grown as a person because I'm gonna out myself. When I was younger, and again, I've come to appreciate the Aliens franchise a little bit more now that I've gotten older. But when I was younger, I was like, ew, what the fuck? I don't want all this space and alien bullshit. This isn't horror. Fuck this shit.
Blasphemy.
I know I was a dumb kid, but I'm always real with you guys. You guys know that, so I'll out myself. But as I've gotten older, yeah, it is basically just a slash. Now it's more than just a slasher set in space, but it has a lot of slasher elements. And even Ripley, like she just barely manages to escape by the skin of her nipples. You know what I mean? She just barely makes it out there alive, and so she, is like a really good example of a final girl. So yeah, it does. I think it's a mixture of both, but you can't ignore, like, you can't be a little obnoxious twat like I was and go, get this sci-fi out of my horror, because it has just as much horror as sci-fi. I think it has a nice balance. I think it's a good one for both people, and people who appreciate sci-fi like you do are really going to love it, but there's enough for horror fans too. I mean, there's some scenes that are ripped out of all of our beloved slashers, so it's a nice mix. But yeah, I'll own up to it. I was a twat back in the day. Not that I'm still not a twat, but you know what I mean.
You're an educated twat.
I'm an enlightened twat.
You've grown.
Let me guess, Jen. You did not like Star Wars when it first came out.
I've never seen
Still
it.
doesn't.
Oh
Still
my
doesn't.
God.
Hey, in fairness, Monty, the first ever Star Wars media she's ever seen is the holiday special.
Hey, that's an
Oh.
starting place.
Oh,
That's an
you-
excellent.
Oh
You will
my
never
God, that's
find
the
better
first.
Star Wars
That's the
than
first
that.
exposure
You've
to
never
Star Wars.
seen any of the movies. So I was like,
man.
hey, babe, let me introduce you to a galaxy far, far away.
You know what? It never.
I
there's
can
no
understand.
higher.
Most people try to hide that from everybody.
You will never find a higher expression.
like,
of
no,
Star
don't watch
Wars
this one, no matter what you do.
when
holiday
the grandpa is watching I can't even
Oh,
think
the
of her name, but the
Wookiee
whole
thing?
Oh,
porn
yeah,
thing,
it's porn.
Yeah, it's
the
porn.
Wookiees jerking off the porn. That's
Yep.
that's
That's
all
why
it
I've
is.
already thought I'd like it.
It's never better than that. I can guarantee
I mean,
all
put
the
it this way.
battles, all the intrigue never gets better than that.
I
And
mean,
Art
put it-
Carney. And Art
Yeah.
Carney.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
And
put it
the
this-
Arthur.
Yeah.
I
The
can- I
Arthur
can-
and shit.
Yeah, I can understand if you saw the Acolyte that just got canceled, but at the holiday special.
Hey, don't you be demeaning the holiday special, Monty. Otherwise, we're gonna have throw fists.
Triv, what about you? Do you consider the Alien franchise to be more horror or sci-fi, or does it kind of straight line kind of?
No.
Well,
I'm gonna say that it's a little bit of both, but for me, it kind of broke down when I was looking at the question. It kind of broke down by movie. So like Alien 3 and Prometheus felt more horror to me. Aliens Resurrection and Covenant felt more like sci-fi, and then AVP and AVP 2 just kind of felt like early 2000s adventure type things.
yeah.
Hmm.
Agree.
Cool. So it depends on the movie. It depends on what you're watching.
Yeah.
That's my breakdown of it. I know that there are horror elements in those other ones, but as an overall genre, that's kind of the way I felt.
No, that's it. It does kind of pick and mix what it wants to be.
Although in Prometheus, if I were that dude, I would not be picking with a thing that was a worm, and next thing you know, it's like hissing at me. I'm running out.
Again, that Monty, that's one of the reasons I wouldn't be the biggest fan of Prometheus and Covenant, because like I'll give the kids and Romulus a pass because they're colonists and they're miners and shit. Hell, even in fucking Alien, Ripley and Kane and that, they're glorified fucking tow truckers. That's all they are. In Prometheus and Covenant, these are supposed to be hand-picked, the best of the best. And it's like, motherfucker, you ran away from a dead alien corpse. You're petting, you want to pet this weird cobra looking fucking thing. But look at the cobra. Look at the cobra. I'm like,
Look at the nice cobra. Look at it.
Jesus
Look at the
Christ.
Here, boy. I'm gonna call him Rex.
Jesus Christ. But
Oh, he's not slimy. He's just a bit cool.
it's like the thing with Alien and Aliens, you don't want the characters in those movies to die. In Prometheus, they're like, oh, please off these fucking idiots. Please. Sean, where does the Alien franchise land for you? Horror or sci-fi?
That's tough.
Or is
I'd
it
say,
a
like
case
Jen
of
said, it's a good balance, but it really
sorry, there's probably
Go
is it a
ahead.
case that, like Triv said, that it just depends on which one you're watching?
Yeah, I would say that actually because it does vary a lot. I feel like we started with sci-fi horror, and maybe Alien was probably maybe a little bit more horror than sci-fi. By the sci-fi is always there, but it seems like certain movies is more of one than the other. Prometheus is a straight up science fiction movie. I don't even consider it horror, or there's a little bit of horror, and like it's more sci-fi with all this.
It's definitely a lot more
cerebral
loftier
stuff about
than the
creation
prior
and
movies.
why are we here kind of thing, and that continues a lot with Covenant, I think, with the David character,
Good point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Exactly.
think
And then
I
certain ones. I was just gonna say certain ones do bring back the horror, like Romulus, and even your favorite, Alien 3. I thought
Yeah.
they were trying to get back to more horror elements with the like the
That
first
movie
film.
just needs an
So it
antidepressant.
just varies, and then you got Alien.
Yeah, there's always
Yeah,
a
that's
reason why.
that's a good point.
Yeah, there's always a reason why I kind of despise Alien 3 a bit for me, because you know why. I'm pretty sure you understand, Marty. What they did to Newt and Hicks was terrible.
Yeah.
the thing is though, like the ending, people are like, oh fuck, Alien 3 is a downer ending. Ripley has PTSD at the end of Alien. And
Mhm.
she's like, at least I got my cat. Ripley by the next movie is a crazy cat lady who drives forklifts.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, it's not the happiest fucking kind of, yeah. She's like, at
JD
least I'm-
Vance might disagree with you, Triv.
Well, you know what? JD Vance can kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Hey, look, he's too busy fucking pillows, Triv, so don't fucking worry about it.
Well, as long as he's not fucking the seats of my theater, we're in good shape.
Ew.
You heard that all the way from Ireland about JD Vance, right?
Oh yeah. It was like, Jesus Christ.
That was the
I was
fuck
like-
heard around the world.
Why are these cushions so soft? Don't ask. Don't fucking ask.
Don't pull a black light. Oof.
No.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I think like Trip was saying, it's kind of it depends on like you have Aliens has horror elements, but it's primarily sci-fi action. Like Prometheus, as Sean was saying, was a lot more lofty. It's something akin to 2001: A Space Odyssey. I think they go more into the sci-fi realm, but they never lose their horror roots. They always come back to their horror roots in certain kind of scenarios, and it just depends on the movie.
Marty, do you like it better when there's horror, or do you like it better when we're more sci-fi, or do you like a mix?
I like it better when the plot doesn't fucking suck.
When there's no Slender Man in the movie?
When there's no, but again, that wasn't a plot issue. That was a fucking.
No, I
technical
didn't mean
issue.
that. I know what you mean. I just meant the design.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's. I think the Alien franchise can be a lot of things to different people. It can be a great horror series. It can be a great kind of action series with Resurrection and Covenant and Aliens and stuff. And that's the great thing. There's accessibility with that franchise, and even AVP. Like if you're if you're some 15-year-old or 13-year-old dude who's like sitting down drinking Mountain Dew and smoking a big fat one, you're like, this is the best fucking movie ever. It's like, yeah, there's something there for you as well, like, you know. So there's that. I myself, I think it just depends on who's watching it and which one they're watching. So question 3, guys. Question 3. Again, I was pure fucking arse over head trying to fucking phrase this one, and I think I confused the shit out of so many people. What is your favorite variation of? Hey, Larry. What is your favorite variation of the xenomorph in any of the movies, even the crossovers? I'll start with you, Sean. Sean, what is your favorite design or kind of version of the xenomorph or its kind of hybrids and stuff?
Easy for me. The big chap, the OG, the original classic design from H.R. Geiger, does it for me. It just nails it, you know. It's got that weird psychosexual thing going on, you know. Just a phenomenal design, and it never gets old, you know. And it's great to see it back and done so well in Romulus, and that's one of the things I love the most about Romulus is they really nailed it with the big chap design.
It kicks arse. It kicks arse to see that design back. I wish they had made the dome a bit more transparent so we could see the skull. TYTD's favorite version is the one from Spaceballs. That is a very interesting subtype because, you know, the kind of, you know, the fucking cabaret dancing and the hello my baby, hello my honey. You know, it's interesting. It's a unique mutation to that species.
Where was he hiding the hat? That's what I want to know.
It's who knows? We still don't know so much about them. They are the perfect organism.
Oh yeah,
they are the perfect
organism, Marty.
Organism.
But they can give you an orgasm. The only issue is that they also burst out of your chest.
Well, that's fair. I mean, you know, I've gone through worse to get a good orgasm.
Triv,
I don't like when they bleed on me and melt my face off, though.
I'm probably going to get lambasted, but I like the idea of a hybrid design. I kind of like the Pred Alien just because it's something very different.
If we could see the fucking thing.
That's not the thing. It's like you can't see it.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, if you can see it.
And the original is obviously the classic one, and that's the one that won the day. And so probably about 67.25% big chap and 20 or 32.49735% Pred Alien.
The Pred Alien is cool because it's turned up in the video games and the comics. I think they done it dirty in the movie. There was some cool ideas that you dropped in the movie. Originally it was going to skin when the wolf went aboard the ship, there was a bunch of skinned predators hanging upside down. It had used resin to hand them upside down and skinned them, and it was just trying to show that it as well as the tusks and the dreads and stuff, it took on more fucking traits of the Yautja, and it kind of sucks that they got rid of that. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. It's a cool design if you could see it, but I think the comics and games done it far better.
They did.
They tend to.
Excuse me.
Monty, your favorite variant?
Well, it's got to be the warriors from Aliens because they're badasses.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
The design originally they were going to put domes in them, and then fucking apparently Cameron said, "Okay, we'll try it with a dome," and he went over to one of the stuntmen and proceeded to stomp on the dude's fucking head, and it didn't crack.
Oh
He's
my
like, "That's
God.
no good. That's no good."
Man.
So yeah, again, it was Cameron. Cameron also got fucking Bill Paxton to run full tilt into a wall wearing all the armor to make sure that it had hold together. And Bill, being friends with fucking Jim, is like, "Course, Jim," and runs straight in. And apparently he concussed himself. So yeah, that's another funny fucking story.
Wow.
But the Warriors for you.
That's dedication.
Yeah, it's Bill Paxton. The dude never done anything in half measure. What did you think, Monty? Actually, that goes the same thing as the Pred Alien. I was going to say, did you like the look of the Warrior aliens in AVPR? But sure, again, we couldn't see the fucking things.
I know, that's the whole thing. Couldn't see anything. Couldn't see the fight. Couldn't see anything at all. It's like, well, damn, can I see something? Can't see. I see darkness.
This has gone beyond moody, and now it's just outright total goth.
The thing was, the fucking Brothers Strauss, the two fucking clowns, had no fucking confidence in ADI, the ADI workshop. And they're like, okay, let's. It wasn't that ADI had done bad animatronics and costumes. It's just these two fucking clowns didn't know how to fucking shoot the fucking things because they were so used to fucking doing movies with CG. They didn't know how to shoot practical effects. And as a result, they fucked themselves in the arse. So, it sucks because there was some really good practical effects in AVPR. It's a shame we didn't get to see them. That's the only type, Monty, the Warrior.
Yeah, the Warrior, yeah.
Cool. Jen, which is your favorite type?
I like the Queen.
It's cool.
I know that's kind of a basic bitch answer.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not.
No.
The Queen is cool.
I just think that's a cool. I don't know. That's the one out of all of them. That's one of the things that always sticks with me from these movies. I don't know why. I just think it's kind of cool. Hi, creepy. It's just a cool design. Really, they're all cool because they all are very phallic, and you know me, I'm pro anything that's phallic, Marty. So I love them all.
I never would have guessed.
But I think I could get them easier in my mouth than a dinosaur's dick, as we were talking.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, there goes your channel, Marty.
My channel has been gone
today.
several fucking times, Monty, if that was the case.
Yeah, and I'm like creepy. The crystal looking teeth were kind of a cool thing too.
Another fun piece of trivia. They were fucking transparent, and some dickhead activated the piston on the inner jaw and knocked out the two front teeth. And everyone was like, "Oh, this is so funny." And Jim Cameron came on and said, "You are aware they're transparent and we're in a low lit fucking studio." And everyone was like, "Oh fuck, where's the teeth gone?" So they had to spend 45 minutes looking for these teeth because fucking, I don't know, fucking the Queen Alien looked like fucking buckwheat with no fucking teeth.
Let me a look.
One hippopotamus for
Is the deacon supposed to be a queen?
No, the Deacon is essentially a mutation. It's basically a facehugger done the long way around, and there's a whole fucking thing, video and alien theory and acid glow. And
That showed up at the end of Prometheus, right?
Yeah, it's basically it's a facehugger. It's created by a fucking primitive facehugger that's impregnated a engineer. It's essentially an engineer-based xenomorph.
Okay.
And it's Scott basically put that in at the 11th hour because people are like, well, is this an alien movie or isn't this an alien movie? Well, it is, but I'm not going to admit it. I'm going to put in something different.
Yeah.
And then you have the
That's the one-
neomorphs,
Yeah,
which
that's
I
the one-
like.
Oh. That's the one thing I was like, why can't he just admit? We all know it's an alien prequel, so why couldn't he just admit to it?
Oh,
Ridley Scott.
I didn't know that. I didn't know Prometheus was an alien movie. What? Why didn't anybody ever tell me?
Okay, people bitch about Alien 3. Oh, that had too many writers. It was fucking 17 drafts for fucking Prometheus. One of them by that dipshit Damon Lindelof. Jesus, I still hate that prick after Lost. Fuck's sake.
Oh boy, does he get killed because when he
Like
did
they
the
always
walk?
have to cater.
I mean, you can't not to get off topic, but you can't blame him. It's like that goddamn series finale of Lost is like all this, and this is what you end up with a goddamn
I
church.
fucking Monty, I guessed that fucking ending from the first episode. They're all dead. It's purgatory. For fuck's sake. No, they died at different fucking times. For the love of Jesus Christ. This is just Gilligan's Island with some fucking sci-fi bullshit.
It totally is. It totally is.
Oh man. Fucking
Oh.
it's do you know what? It's Phil, it's one of those Damon Lindelof is one of those fuckers who went to fucking film school and went to one of those fucking Art Nouveau fucking Wankstain fucking film classes.
I like some of that shit, Marty. I like some of that shit.
Like,
You know, the smoke monster is our inner soul in the darker parts of her. Fuck off, Lindelof.
Marty, I like some of that shit. It's very provocative and very, fucking deep shit. It's deep shit, Marty.
No, it's fucking fanny brain wank. That's what it is. Fuck you, Damon Lindelof.
Sir,
Go eat some fucking avocado toast
sir.
and masturbate to fucking, I don't know, fucking Jacques Giroux or some fucking shit.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
God damn it. I hate Lindelof. I just hate the man.
I think you're holding it in. You really need to let this out, Marty. This is clearly something that you need to just scream it to the heavens.
If I was in a lift with Hitler, Stalin, and Damon Lindelof, and I only had 2 bullets, I'd fucking empty that tin into Lindelof's place. Fucking prick. I hate Lindelof. I hate what he did with the franchise. Okay, so
this has been Marty's TED Talk. Thank you for attending.
I hate that man. In case anyone didn't know. So
I mean, I'm still kind of questioning, but that's me.
My favorite definitely has to be The Runner, because I just like it. It kind of really introduces and shows that the host is pivotal. What you get the end result. So you have this quadrupedal animal. It isn't as intelligent. That's why it kills the fucking prisoner straight off instead of hiving them. And it's a cool fucking design. Also, anyone says, well, they had shit CG. No, it wasn't shit CG. It was really, really good fucking puppet and rod puppet and blue screen. So no, it wasn't CG. Get your shit straight.
And Marty knows his puppets, don't you, darling?
Oh no. No.
You know your puppetry work, don't you, darling?
No.
I wish this was alcoholic.
Come on, Marty. Come around with the puppets.
No. As a result of your fucking puppet movie, I saw a fish blow a man. No one should ever fucking see that, okay?
And a dog have a sex with... Why do I always the one that brings this up? A dog having... A puppet dog having a sex
I'm not doing the line. We're moving on. Right, babe. Question for you. Bar Ripley, who's your favorite character in the franchise?
Again, basic bitch answer, but I'm a fan of the man as an actor, so of course it's going to be Lance Hendrickson. I love him, and I like how they bring him back in, the movies. I like how they do that, and he's just so much fun. Like his character is so much fun. I fucking love it. I do. I kind of was hoping when we were in Romulus that was the one that was going to show up for fan service. I was kind of disappointed. I was like, I get why, but I still would have liked to have seen him in some form. His
Would have
character.
made more fucking sense. The actor was still fucking alive. But
That's what I mean. It's alive. But I don't know why they didn't go with Rook, or why they went with Rook instead. But I really like his character.
I know,
I
right?
like that he's evil. You know, he's evil. I like evil.
Wait, hold on. What character are you talking about?
I'm talking about Lance Henriksen. He's kind of evil. Don't you think he's a little evil?
No, not in Aliens.
Not in Aliens. No, not in Aliens. But
He's the
you know,
good guy.
I like. Yeah. But
You
I
don't
don't know. I just like his character. I think he's
He
a lot
came
of fun.
back in
And
AB.
He was the. It's not long. It's no longer continuity, but he came back as Charles Bishop Wayland, who wasn't that bad. I suppose Michael Bishop in Alien 3. You probably mean him because he's the one who's trying to convince Ripley not to jump into the fucking leg.
yeah,
and then
that's what
turns
I,
around
yeah,
and
he-
says,
yeah,
"No,
that's
we
what-
need it." Yeah.
yeah. And that's what I meant. In 3, he's
Mhm.
kind of that. But I like him a lot, and I just like his. I like his acting. He's a cool dude, no matter what. Why didn't we have him in this new movie?
That's a good
Like,
question.
he's still alive.
I suppose Alvarez wanted to try and nudge it more towards Alien rather than Aliens.
Mhm.
But again, it would have made more sense to have Henriksen back, and I don't fucking know. Monty, what about you? Who's your favorite character in the entire franchise, bar Ripley? You can pick anyone.
Oh yeah, it gotta be Hudson, Bill Paxton.
Game over, man. Game over, man. I'm gonna bite it on
Great
this
line.
spot.
What that would have been a cool line to have in the Romulus. We didn't, as far as I remember, we don't have that.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I was that was the line
Nope.
I was betting on, and I think it might have worked better.
Game
Why
over,
don't you
man.
put her in charge?
Yeah, that was brilliant. It's like, how do I get out of this chicken shit outfit? Again, Paxton is so fucking good in that movie. Paxton's
Hudson,
brilliant.
sir.
Oh yeah.
He's Hicks.
Yeah. It's like
Hey,
it's dry.
Cass, you ever been mistaken for a man?
It's a great performance and it's memorable. It's one of
Mhm.
his memorable ones. And like with Henriksen, Paxton is the only guy to been killed by both an alien, a predator, and a Terminator, which is
Yep.
a pretty
Mhm.
cool achievement.
Man, that is cool.
How cool is that?
Mhm.
That's
Well,
kind of going for the EGOT, like
Yeah.
the Oscar, Tony, Grammy, and whatever the other one is, Tony or whatever.
The British one?
No, if you're an EGOT, you get an Oscar,
You get the Oscar
Oscar, Emmy, Tony,
and
and
Grammy?
Yep, that's it.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, no, Paxton kicked arse. Originally a carpenter, he knew Cameron because he worked in the kind of the carpentry department on Galaxy of Terror, and Cameron became good friends with him, and he kind of put him in little roles in these movies. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, no, Hudson kicks ass. Triv, what about you? Favorite character from the franchise?
Mine's kind of a weird one, and it's one of those things where when the list of questions came out, I was kind of watching. I watched the movies very out of sequence. I watched Prometheus first just because it was the first one in the line of what I had access to.
Mhm.
And I really I love Idris Elba and his character. I really enjoyed his character. Yeah.
Yannick was brilliant.
Oh, he was such, without spoiling too much for those that haven't seen it. It's so he's just such he takes what he sees when he's presented with evidence. He goes in that direction. He's able to track stuff down himself. He makes sacrifices, and it's just across the board. He's just awesome.
That's a great picture because I liked his portrayal as Janik because he was kind of doing a Tom Skerritt. He was the captain of the ship, but he was just there to do a job. I just fly the ship. I'm not I'm not out to save the world. I'm not out to discover anything. My job is to fucking get you here and get you back home again, and that's it. And like the little moments with the accordion, he's like playing the fucking accordion on the bridge, and just like he's putting the shitty Christmas tree up, and he's like smoking. Again, there was a lot of personality to him, and he was in a movie filled with characters of people I wanted to fucking die. He was actually one of the characters I was like, nah, fuck. He was a
Yeah.
cool character. I wish he hadn't passed. That's a great pick, Trip, because yeah, Ilba, I think, stole the show
He did.
in that movie.
Also, as a real quick secondary one,
Work
the weather or the little bird that does the drinking bird, like
Oh,
he's
yes.
just fantastic in every movie he's in.
And he
was
fucking
in
turned up in
Romulus.
Romulus as
He
well.
did. He did. That's why I brought it up.
I'd love to try and get my hands on one of those birds, but they go for a fortune now, I think, as a result of the movies. Sean, what's your favorite character from the franchise?
Mine's probably a boring one that a lot of people probably wouldn't pick, but I'm gonna say Dallas, Tom Skerritt in the original
No,
Alien.
he's-
I just think he was really likable.
Hmm.
He was really likable. He was a highly efficient captain. He ran a tight ship. I do like that, they kind of pull the rug out from under you, like it's Psycho and stuff, and say, no, this isn't what it's about. It's about Ripley, But I just thought he was real likable, very believable. Great performance from Tom Skerritt, and I just really liked him.
I get that.
Again, he was a cool character, very down to earth, and he was a working average working fucking dude. He wasn't fucking Captain Kirk. He wasn't Han Solo.
Exactly,
he was
the
just
blue
a
collar
dude.
worker.
Yeah, he was just truck drivers in space, and he exemplified that. That's why I liked it. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to pick two as well. Does anyone else want to mention another character that you might like?
Newt. I like Newt.
Oh yeah.
Newt.
Oh, yeah.
Newt.
Can't forget Newt.
Yeah.
Nobody calls me Rebecca
Yeah,
except
nice.
for my brother.
Anyone else, or will I give my two, or does anyone else want to mention another character?
I really enjoyed Tennessee, and I know the
Yes, yeah, fucking
fantastic character, especially for
I-
Danny Smith.
Oh, yeah,
Danny
he's my second
McBride.
favorite character, yes.
Yeah,
Because he was only good character.
Yeah.
And
and unusual. I didn't expect, like, when I saw it was Danny McBride, it's like,
He was
okay,
pretty
he's
cool.
gonna be snarky and goofy and what you would like. You see, like, Seth what's his nuts? No, from Seth Rogen. Like,
Seth
he kind of
Rogen.
falls
Rogen.
into that realm of actors. And he
Mhm.
didn't have the smart ass comments. Like, he did, but they made sense within terms of things. And I was surprised how good he was.
Yeah, I was surprised too because I was not expecting that from him because I know the type of comedy that he does, which I particularly don't find funny, and enough with the fart jokes and the D jokes and the other type of jokes like that, like even Seth Rogen like to do all the time. Like it's okay, but come on now, how many times are you going to tell a D joke or a fart joke? It's like, please.
I think that what they did with the character was they kind of took elements from Janik and Dallas. He's just this blue collar worker. I'm just here to fucking fly the ship. I'm not here to fucking. He saves the day, but he's not like this heroic kind of character. He's just a dude who's driving a big old fucking pickup truck. That big pickup truck to pick up fucking Daniels. And he's like he's trying to fucking fly it, the tin's headbutt in the windshield. He's like, motherfucker, how am I supposed to do this? And again, I think in my expectations video, I done a segment about like characters, likable characters, and I said Covenant was filled with unlikable characters. Ironic that Danny McBride, a character known for playing unlikable characters, was the most likable motherfucker in this movie. So yeah, I liked him in that.
Marty, there's
I
one
know.
more. I just remembered.
Go.
Brad Dourif, because he wanted to fuck it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
fucking love that was one of the best parts. You are such a beautiful, beautiful butterfly. Oh
Yeah,
my
I almost
god,
forgot about that.
go, Brad, go.
He chews up fucking scenery in that.
He was one of the best parts of that movie. I fucking love him.
My two favorite characters has to be Michael Biehn as Hicks. I love
Yeah.
that character.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
though I'm an Alien 3 fan, he was so cool. And he was brought in at the last minute. It was originally supposed to be James Remar. And James Remar apparently was fucking off his tits on fucking coke. And blew the roof off the APC with a shotgun. Yes, it was a blank, but it was close to the ceiling, and it fucking caused a fire. And Al Matthews got everyone out safely, and spent. Cameron was afraid to go near him. Al Matthews, who played up Apone, was a real life drill sergeant, and spent an hour and a half just screaming at James Remar. Just, you fucking idiot. Yeah, because if you watch the making of Aliens, you can see it's just after the fucking that kind of altercation. Goes, yeah, and some of these fucking idiots put their hands near the trigger, and I gotta fucking chew them out. But Al Matthews was brilliant. But he's also a jazz musician. But yeah, Michael Biehn came in at the last minute because Cameron obviously remembered him from Terminator, and he's like, "Look, do you want to do this?" And he came in and he sold the role. You have all these other Marines who are full of fucking bravado and they're talking shit, and Hicks is just there. He's listening to fucking Ripley's brief. He recognizes the hole burnt in the fucking grating from the acid. He's just so cool, so collected, and he is one of my favorite characters. And yeah, I love Alien 3, but it is kind of a pain in the hole they killed him off. Although I still got my Dark Horse comics that kind of take place in another universe where he survives. The other character. Oh, sorry, Monty.
Yeah, I heard about that one when he and
Newt.
Newt, they survived. Yes.
Yeah.
My other favorite character is from Alien 3, and he kicks at the acting in that movie is exemplary, but the standout for me in that has to be Charles S. Dutton's Dylan.
I knew you were going to say him.
Yeah.
Dad, fucking Rock, right? He played Rock back in the day. He is so fucking good. The speech.
Yeah,
How'd you
Rock.
want it? Do you want it on your knees? Begging. I ain't much for begging. Nobody never gave me nothing. And there's this brilliant scene just before his death where he tells Ripley fucking to, God will take care of you now, sister. And the alien's coming towards him to attack him. And it's like he's got this little pair of specs, and he's like, he takes off the specs. It's like, I don't want to damage these. I'll have to put them on again after. As if he's going to fucking take on the alien with his bare hands. And it's just such a good thing. And he's so fucking good. The speech he gives, the prayer, and then when Ripley comes to thank him, he's like, lady, you don't want nothing to do with me. I'm a murderer and rapist of women. And it's so fucking engaging, and there's so many levels to the character. I honestly, that is one of him and Hicks are two of my favorite characters from the franchise. Sorry, I went to the tirade there.
That's okay. I have one more thought, just real quick, and it's a total random tangenty thing, but I have to because I'm a weirdo. So Ron Perlman, I don't remember the character he played though in Resurrection. Yeah. So I was looking at him and I'm thinking, I wonder if I wonder if he started out in Ice Pirates as the character he plays in Ice Pirates, and then he worked his way up to captain of the Betty in Resurrection.
He probably changed crew. He's like, fuck this. We keep on aging. If I stay in this ship, I'll just age.
He had too many encounters with the space herpy.
My God, look at poor Angelica Houston.
What do you guys think?
Interesting. I never thought about that.
We're talking about characters like no one ever brings her up. She's in it.
Okay, so
which one?
Call is a bit of a contentious character because the concept is cool. She's an auton. She's a robot made by robots, so that's why she's so kind of full of herself. And I'm not blaming Winona Ryder. I'm blaming the fucking piece of shit that is Joss Whedon for writing the character badly. Because again, I don't blame Winona Ryder, and I like the concept, but he wrote her to be the most annoying. She's like, I want to talk to your manager. Is this whole grain? Kind of fucking Jesus Christ. That's the vibe you got. It's like, she's gonna spread them. I came here to stop it. Like,
she's a Karen.
She's a fucking Karen. She's a Karen synthetic. Again, nothing to do with Winona Ryder.
There's nothing wrong with the performance. Just bad writing.
Just terrible writing. What's that? Also, shout out to Carla's husband in 4.
Yeah.
So next question for you guys, right? Don't worry, we're almost there. I will let you go home at some stage. Um,
Not me.
oh yeah, I'm stuck with you. Shit. Anyway, question 5, guys. If synthetics existed, would you feel safe around them? And would you want them to be more human-like, like Bishop, or more artificial, like the Working Joes? And I'll just show you what the Working Joes look like, because they're interesting. So Sean, would you, if synthetics existed, would you want human looking ones, or would you prefer something that you could tell was a robot?
I would want something that you could tell is a robot, because I mean, look what happened with Ash. We didn't know he was a robot, and he turned out to be evil. You know, I wanted to take the alien back to Wayland and dissect it and all that, and the crew's expendable. You know, so I want to know it's a robot, so you know what we're working with, not someone that's gonna secretly be this evil mastermind guy. You know.
So you'd be okay working
That's
with
how
this
I
kind
feel.
of creepy kind of mannequin?
Know what we're dealing with.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they haven't put the Working Joes in the movie yet.
they fucking
That's
should have.
it.
They missed the beat.
Be okay with it, but if I had to,
Shriv, what about you?
So
Would you?
I kind of sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
Apologies.
no, fuck
So I feel like looking at like with this question, I kind of thought it was sort of like AI. So you get someone that's not been exposed to them at all, like Ripley was, and she wasn't able to see the difference between the androids and normal people. But it seemed like the people that were of that time and place, they just knew whether they understood, whether they were familiar with the human androids, like the looks of them, or there was something else that stood out. I guess as long as you knew, it would be the thing. Otherwise, yeah, I wouldn't have a problem working with someone blue skinned. I mean, hey, new experience. Maybe they had too much colloidal silver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Would you have sex with them, Triv? That's the real
I mean,
question.
how much experience do they have?
I mean, you could teach them.
True.
There's probably a file you can download.
That's true.
Download.
Ooh.
But I need to make sure they're unconnected from Wayland, because I don't think I want Wayland knowing about my kinks and such.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Personal
Well, I
preference.
don't know. I'm an open book. Be like, come on, guys.
Jesus Christ. This is Monty, please save me. What would you prefer a
Get it all out there.
synthetic, human
Damn right.
synthetic or Working Joe synthetic? Would you prefer to be working with something that you could identify?
I can tell you, right, I'm not the Working Joes. They scare me because because even though I never played Isolation before, but seeing the people how they look and how creepy they are, it's like, oh no. And every time when I hear AI, the first thing comes to mind, Skynet.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Jen, one real quick thing. Talking about the having sex with these guys, they do bleed a lot of white stuff. So who's to say what the white stuff is?
Oh,
I mean, you would have to say that. You gotta get her started.
Yeah, is it sticky though? I mean, does it have some sort of consistency?
It doesn't seem to. It seems like it's pretty watery. So
It's like milk.
Yeah,
Like watery milk. It's like almond milk.
Genuine
I
question,
love
though,
milk, Marty.
Genuine question though, Marty. What is that supposed to be? Because they seem like they're because they seem like they're able to function even after they've been pulled apart and it's gone everywhere. It seems like they're still able to.
It's a form of hydraulic fluid that goes throughout the body. If there's a cool little thing. If you watch the original Alien, there's a scene where Ash looks around and he has to see if anyone's watching him, and he does this hyper quick run, and that's to stop the fluid. That's to stop the hydraulic fluid clotting up inside the machine.
Okay. Marty, I remember that porno I told you about where the guy's telling the girl, "Oh, the semen is great. Is it good for our hair? And like, does it make our boobs grow?"
Oh, Christ.
Just remember that porno I told you about? Is it stuff like that?
Yes, dear. Yes, it is. Yes, dear. It is.
So I do good for my hair. Okay.
Yeah. Now, of course, I would say I would prefer a synthetic that looks more human. But then, of course, we got the new Megan Fox horror movie Subservient that's coming out. So that ruins that thing right there.
I don't know. See, I'm a big hypocrite, but I actually think that one looks good. I know I hate.
I wouldn't
Megan.
mind it looking like Megan Fox.
I love waking up looking like Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Like, damn, she won the beauty lottery. That girl won the beauty lottery.
No, hold on a minute now. What if she fucking destroyed your dick with her gams? What if it's
Well,
like
see, I don't have a dick.
Nah.
See, there you go. That's the difference.
That's another problem.
Me and Trevor fine.
Yay!
oh, Jesus.
Oh boy.
Jen,
Yes.
would you want if you lived in the future, would you want a human synthetic that could fit into the workforce, or would you want something that you could recognize as being a machine?
I think I would want a human synthetic, probably again because of David Johnson, just that performance and stuff, and how. But I wouldn't. And these guys creep me out. But then maybe if I was working alongside him, I could be okay after if I got used to them and stuff. But they are. I'm like Monty. They are a little creepy looking and stuff. So I probably want a human. But if I was kinky and I had some wine, I might fuck the blue guy. Just to say I did it.
Working Joes are fucking creepy as fuck. They're incredibly polite, even when they're stomping your head in. They're like, "You're becoming hysterical. Calm down. Here, allow me to help." And they're just slamming your head into the. They're cool.
It's a different kind of foreplay there.
Yeah, exactly. Some people might be into it. And one thing I like about this, and not to get off, but get off. I didn't mean it like that. For once, I didn't mean it like that. But like,
not to get off.
Are you sure?
Well, probably subconsciously. I was looking at Marty when I said it too. I mean, if that's not a Freudian slip, I don't know what is. But like the thing I like in Alvarez is like they do show the synthetics that they're not mean or evil or malicious when they're not opening the door in the one scene. It's because it's the like it's if you take out emotion, it's probably the smartest thing to do. Yeah, people are going to die.
It's like what Ripley done. It's like Ripley in the first movie. Ripley had the fucking common sense, like, we can't let this fucking thing on board.
Yeah.
And she was right. And it's the same with same with Andy. Like,
yeah, but I like that. I liked how they did that. I thought that was a really smart thing, and it was like a nice callback. But I liked how they showed it. They're not evil. They're just more practical. They're not burdened down with emotion and sentiment. Yeah. And sometimes I guess that's a good thing. Probably make you a real prick as a partner, but I sort of get it.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I'd prefer a synthetic you could recognize as a synthetic, because imagine living in a society like that. That would be, you would constantly be wondering, like, what the fuck is this? Is this a robot or a person? Or like,
It'd
is
be
this
like they live.
Yeah. Okay, so good news, guys. You'll be happy to hear we're on to the last question. Like, thank fuck. We can get off this fucking freaks.
We'll get off. Yay!
Jesus
Hey,
Christ.
I enjoy hanging out with you crazy bastards. I don't have any issue with this.
Okay. The last question, and again, this is any movie you want. Is there any movie from 3 onwards that you really enjoy, even if it's a guilty pleasure? Sean, what's after Aliens? What's your favorite one, even if it isn't the best?
and a couple of them are actually guilty pleasure. Mainly, Alien Resurrection is a huge guilty pleasure.
It's fun.
I just have a blast when I watch it. It's just fun. It's goofy and it's silly, but it's got some great action, some cool practical effects, and a lot of gore. There's a lot of horror stuff in Resurrection
Mhm.
as
It's
well.
a
And
fun one.
Alien Romulus, despite my problems with Romulus, I think it's a good movie, and I am gonna buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out.
Sean, would it be a
And
guilty? Is it a guilty pleasure though?
even
Do you
like
consider it a guilty pleasure?
Resurrection, I do.
Okay, I meant a Romulus. I was like, I didn't know.
No, I think it's
Okay.
a solid entry in the series. Yeah, I wouldn't say
Very
it's a
cool.
guilty pleasure.
Very.
Triv, is there any movie from Aliens onwards that you particularly like, that you think it's a hidden gem or a guilty pleasure?
I'm gonna kind of echo Sean's sentiments. I really enjoyed Resurrection, just because of what it was. It was something a little different in the franchise. It gave us that, because you're waiting. It's kind of like when you're waiting for that couple to like do the thing, and then they finally do the thing, and you're like, oh, so that's how that turned out. Seeing Ripley as a clone and everything that goes on there, it was such an interesting study to kind of see the kind of person that she was, how she had some of the traits of actual Ripley, and how she differed, even in style and everything else. And she was unburdened to some extent from all the stuff that Ripley had. And it was kind of neat to see that. I really, for all I said, I did really enjoy Romulus. For all it had little flaws, but it was really that last 15 minutes that kind of did it in for me.
Yeah.
The rest of it was relatively solid in my book. And I enjoy, it's stupid, but I really enjoyed AVP. I just that early 2000s, like goofy, just bombastic craziness. I just really enjoyed that.
They're fun movies. Like,
They are.
you're not going to be like, oh, this is, high art. And at the end of the day, I think another thing people need to recognize is Dan O'Bannon and Ron Shusett, the springboard for, obviously there was Dark Star, which was a comedy, but the springboard for a lot, for Alien, was those cheesy B movies in the heyday. So like, don't be getting too lofty, because the roots of this fucking saga, the roots of this franchise, is very much kind of cheesy, fun B movies. So yeah, I don't think anyone should kind of discount any of the entries, even the ones I don't like. I'm like, well, someone out there likes them, so I'm not gonna fucking shit in it. Monty, what is your favorite kind of one? What one do you think is a hidden gem or a guilty pleasure?
Well, my guilty pleasure is going to be Prometheus. Yeah, despite some of the flaws that it has, I really did enjoy the story, what they were trying to do. Love most of the characters. I thought Charlize Theron was a nice ploy to Naomi Rapace's character. I thought it was a nice ploy. I like their back and forth. Still try it was interesting to see that particular synthetic android David and his questioning creation.
Yeah.
How he how he wants to see creation, and he doesn't understand it. And then that's one of the problems when you have AI, when they want to experiment because they are curious about it, and unfortunately that tends to lead to disastrous effects when you have an AI trying to figure out something. But yeah, Prometheus, despite some people not liking it, well, to me, I did enjoy the movie. I had no problem. It's like one of my guilty pleasures. It's not the best in the franchises. For me, it's kind of in the middle of the road. Probably going to be a little bit more on the road when I rank these films later on this week. Yeah, but for me, it's always going to be Prometheus.
Okay, cool. No, there's again, like, there's something for everyone, and there's something to be enjoyed in all these, even some of the weirder or weaker entries. Jen, what is your favorite one from after Aliens?
I guess because people kind of told me it had a reputation, and so I was expecting it to be I had a good time with it, and it surprised me that I did. And I'm gonna copy Triv and Sean. I really liked I really liked Resurrection. I thought it was a good time. Now, is it because Brad Dourif's in it? That doesn't hurt. But I also think it's a cool scene where she comes in and sees all of the mishap ones.
Clones.
Yeah, I really like that. And I'm within again, and I really enjoyed 3. And that was another one that I know people don't particularly like, but because I'm a Debbie Downer girl, I actually really like 3 too. But Resurrection, I think, gets an unfair thing. Like, it's not as serious as some of the other movies, but that's what I like about it. It's fun. It's a little more looser. Yeah. It's a little more over the top, and it has that B movie element. It's fun. I don't believe in guilty pleasures, guys. I can't. I'm the girl that does the necrophiliac movies, and I love a puppet porn movie. So I have no guilt or shame about anything. But I do think that Resurrection gets a little too much hate. And I understand why a lot of people don't care for 3, but it's the reasons why people don't care for 3 is why I like it, because I kind of like a more somber and downer kind of thing. I actually can really appreciate it. And I think there's a lot of textures and layers in that movie. But I totally understand why it's not for most people. But I don't understand why most people don't like Resurrection. It's fun. It's silly, but fun. And Ron Perlman.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So obviously my one is 3. I think 3 gets a seriously shit end of the stick. Monty, I do get why people don't like it. I get why, the family unit of Hicks and Newt being killed is sad, but there is something about it. First off, it's a movie that shouldn't exist. There are 7 fucking drafts from a wooden monastery to a fucking prison planet where characters need to be able to see in the dark. Which there's a lot of stuff that went into making that movie. And
do you think when they decided to green light Alien 3, did they actually thought of a story to tell? Is that
no,
they couldn't come up with a story?
They didn't. The first fucking trailer that was released came out. Sorry, Sean?
I was just gonna say, didn't they make up a lot of it as they went along?
Yeah. The first trailer to come out said on Earth. It was supposed to be said on Earth.
I know. Yeah, I remember that. Yes.
So you had a number of them. You had Vincent Ward's movie with monks set in a wooden planet. You had David Tui's one set in a prison where Hicks had to have surgery in his eyes to see in the dark because the alien planet had no sun. They scrapped that. He's like, fuck you, I'll make my own movie. And that's how we got Pitch Black. There's a whole host of other fucking movies. But what we got was something. It was brilliant. I love it. It was Umberto Eco in space. It was In the Name of the Rose in space. It was this kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but it was so melancholy and so dark. And it was like, yeah, this is different. This isn't the haunted house in space. This isn't the roller coaster in space. This is existentialism in the void of fucking space. And the fact that it had no solid script, the cast was amazing. Charles S. Dutton, Charles Dance, Brian Glover, Danny Webb, just an amazing cast. And if you're going to watch it, do watch the assembly cut because that's the superior edition. Watch that movie. I will stand to bat for Alien 3 any day of the week. It is a movie that I think just had the shitty luck of coming out after Aliens, and even with all its problems, it's still a fantastic thing. So yeah, guys, with that's our Alien stream, our Alien franchise stream. I hope you had fun. I hope I didn't annoy you with my soapboxes. Sean, what is next for the horror corner, good sir?
Well, as I told you guys in the chat, I am going to be working on a tribute show to the Horror Hangouts live stream. So get your videos ready, guys. I'm gonna put it all together, and I can't wait. I'm very excited about it. So.
Nice.
I've got some ideas already. I've got some ideas of what I'm gonna do.
You
So.
have to wear clothes, Jen.
You just the killjoy tonight.
Mm.
I'm sorry you didn't like
Yes.
Romulus
Clothing
paint,
is
but
not
you don't
optional.
have to bring it down for everyone, and you
Well-
certainly don't have to bring down your penis for me.
Jesus Christ. Triv, fucking what's next for Trivial Theater?
Right
Please.
now I'm in the Riffstravaganza continues for me, which is short form riffing of training videos and PSAs and whatnot.
Sweet.
It's going to be kind of interspersed between those and my normal reviews for the next bit. I'm doing it with friends of the channel as well as former collaborators. So for those here in chat, if you guys are interested, I'd love, or those here in the horror hangout, I'd love to have you guys on if you're interested. I will get you the sheet so you can kind of see what you think. Anyway, so yeah, we just did the story of menstruation, which was
I loved it.
certainly its own thing. We also did Vincent Price art gallery stuff, Shake Hands with Danger, and this really crazy Pizza Hut thing from the 80s. There's a lot of cool stuff coming, so definitely keep an eye out for those.
Very cool.
And be sure to check out Triv's channel because it's fucking top notch.
Cheers.
There's no other way to describe it. Monty, what does the horror miser have in store?
Like I said, I have my review up of Alien Romulus. I don't know if I'm going to see The Crow this weekend, but
You have to, Monty. It's Bill Skarsgård. It's Bill Skarsgård.
That little motherfucker. Jesus.
Fuck off, Marty.
you calm down, Jen. Calm down.
He's dreamy.
He's gonna take his shirt off, Monty. You're gonna see all the pecs, and he's gonna be glistening, and you're gonna want to lick.
Thanks.
Oh,
The man looks like he needs a chicken fucking sandwich for
fuck off,
fuck's sake.
Marty. Fuck off.
Well,
This
he,
is the
about
payback
For
for
God's sake,
Margot Robbie.
eat something.
he definitely could use Jen's breast.
Give the man a hamburger.
Bill
See, I can
Skarsgård
put
will
two
be
pieces of bread
Skeletor.
in it.
I was Pennywise.
Oh, fuck you, Marty. I love that scene in Barbarian when he's doing the sheet. That's what I'm like. Hello, Mr. Skarsgård.
Oh man.
You
He's
gotta
pretty
go see it, Monty. Come on, you got to. It's gonna be hot.
The
For
big
you,
question
maybe.
is with or without
It's
tattoos.
gonna be hot.
Jen?
I think he's.
I'm sure
with
that's
him.
why Monty wants to see it, because it's gonna be hot.
That skinny motherfucker could use a fucking snooker triangle as a hula hoop.
Oh boy.
Don't pay any attention to Marty. He just said his franchise died.
Ooh.
Excuse me,
Burn.
I maintained my fucking dignity. I got in an argument with some fucking dude about it. He's like, I didn't like your review. You saying Andy quoting that canonically that didn't happen before the events of Aliens. I was like, you fucking nerd, you. What the fuck? You're fucking sad. That's me. That's me. Shit. Fucking sad. Oh,
Like, bitch, don't try to out nerd me.
well, fucking touch the grass.
Oh,
Fucking touch your
man.
breast. Do something with your life. Anyway, speaking of breasts, Jen, what have you got in fucking store for the channel?
Oh, well, hopefully this week I'm going to put out another Tales from the Crypt review for you guys. I'm hoping I'm going to get to see Cuckoo because I'm hearing some things and I'm really curious about that movie. And there's a few other things in the works. I believe I'm doing a thing Sunday night. Can't think of who am I doing that with, Marty? I'm doing something Sunday.
After your fucking behavior on this stream, you fucking see. No, myself and Jen we're doing something. It's actually we were surprised how fucking well it
Doing
turned
something.
out. Well, we do
Not
a lot
that
of things.
something, Triv,
Oh,
unfortunately.
okay.
Hey, did no, I'm bringing back the Sunday night shows, the Sunday streams, and
good.
myself and Jen are going to just be hosts, and we're going to have random guests on.
Nice.
And
All of you
this-
guys got an open invitation, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah. I anyone who wants to jump on whenever, however, You're more than welcome. This
Marty,
week,
does that mean I can jump on? You, please. You said
I
it.
wish I need a spray bottle. I need a fucking spray back. But no, the topic we kind of play it fast and loose with the streams and stuff. But the topics we'll be doing. Don't I see you fucking smiling? I see you fucking smiling.
No.
The topics we'll be discussing is the new Crow, and we'll also be discussing
how hot Bill Skarsgård is.
Plans have changed. I'll be hosting the Sunday night stream on my own. No, we'll also be discussing King of the Hill and how it showed a time when Democrats or when Republicans weren't fucking lunatics.
Trump.
Yeah. So it kind of showed a time when fucking the Republican Party wasn't made of fucking nutbags. So but yeah, that's it. Anyone else want to kind of any other thing they want to discuss or kind of bring up?
Well, that does actually bring up a question that Jen kind of touched on earlier. You know, they all kind of like all the xenomorphs kind of have a penis shaped head. Why is that? Like genuinely, what kind of drove that design?
Oh no, honestly, Triv.
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did James Cameron look down and go, you know what? We haven't seen an alien that looks like that. Let's do that.
Oh, okay. You're gonna. I'm wearing a dress right now, Marty. Are you sure you want to do?
Fuck
Jen, you're the star.
He muted her.
As someone pointed out, it's even worse when she's muted somehow.
Let's see how far.
You're going to kill Monty, Jen. Don't kill Monty.
All right, I'll be good. I
Well-
gotta save some of this sexual tension.
Hey,
for
Marty.
Sunday night when we're talking about Bill Skarsgård.
Oh man.
Yeah, Sean?
I think he froze.
Oh no, he's frozen today.
I was just gonna say, if you and Jen were in the spaceship, like Nostromo or something, would you shoot her out into space like the alien?
No, I'd feel bad. I'd put on my spacesuit and go, oh, Jen, I'm just going to get some cigarettes and some milk. Be right back.
Oh
Marty,
man.
I'd be afraid I'd inject his sperm out into the
Oh,
universe.
for the
like
love of Jesus, fuck.
I mean,
Right.
that would make a really interesting xenomorph.
I know.
In space, no one can see you cream. Anyway,
Oh, I like that.
right. Before I go, I just want to thank everyone who stopped into the chat. Dana Earl just stopped in. Thanks for stopping in, Dana. Also, Ginger Ninja, Creepy McGee, Horror Cat Dad. He was busy, but I appreciate him coming in. Who else had we? TYTD.
Been trying to get you to
Right.
do that
Yeah,
before.
Dino and Eric.
Dino, Eric, and everyone else who stopped in. Thanks a million. And big thanks to the awesome people who are on the Horror Hangouts stream. The legendary Sean Erskine, the fantastic Trivial Theater, I suppose this fucking mad joke under here, and Monty G. Big thanks for stopping by, and everyone have an awesome evening. Jen, for the love of fuck, I can't take you anywhere. Like taking a child to the fucking Jesus Christ.
Marty, you have my sympathies.
Yeah, no.
I do.
Like I said, I feel you, Marty.
Oh my god.
Right, with that, I'm going to end it here. Well, everyone, have an awesome night. Good night. Bye, guys.
Bye.
I can't lie to you about your chances.
My chances are shit gone. I'm
Bye.
stuck. He's latched on like a bugger. Good night. John Malia.
Your penis.